I'm Ruhi.
And I'm Susan.
And this is Crash Course Comparing and Contrasting the Aztec and Inca Empires. In the 15th century, two large empires emerged in the Mesoamerican and Andean regions. Let's travel to these regions to witness these remarkable civilizations.
Won't that be time travel?
Well, we could get a time machine and travel into the past. No, that's a really bad idea. Believe me, you don't want to get stuck in these empires in the 15th century. Your life is way too good in the present. Stop distracting me and pay attention, and soon you will be able to travel to the past without a time machine.
Both the Inca and the Aztec people came from humble beginnings. The Inca started as a small community of Quechua-speaking people, but eventually built an empire that stretched 2,500 miles along the Andes in present-day Peru. Similarly, the Aztecs drew on the traditions of Toltecs and Tenochtihuacans. The Aztec Empire was located in the Valley of Mexico and was formed by the Triple Alliance of 3 cities, all located around Lake Texcoco.
Now let's talk about politics. No, not that kind of politics, Inca and Aztec politics. The Inca political structure was sophisticated and organized. The system of government was a monarchy, and the king was called Sapa Inca, or sole ruler. Below him was the viceroy and the high priest. The Inca Empire was divided into 4 quarters called suyus. Each ruled a governor called Apa. A group of military administrative elite formed the Council of the Realm and advised the king on important matters. Unlike the centralized Inca Empire, the Aztec Empire was loosely structured, consisting of several city-states who paid tribute to the chief city, Tenochtitlan. It was more unstable than the Incas and witnessed frequent rebellions by its subjects. The ruler was known as Huitlahuachtli. The emperor was selected by a high council of 4 nobles. Second in command was the Chiothuacoti, who managed the day-to-day affairs of the empire. Under him were various lords and priests.
The first Aztec ruler was Pictli. He ruled from 1376 to 1396. Moctezuma II was the emperor when the Spanish conquest began. Cuauhtemoc was the last Aztec emperor. He resisted the Spanish and died at their hands. How nice. The prominent Inca emperor was Pachacuti Inca, who expanded the empire. He was responsible for constructing Machu Picchu. Atahualpa was the emperor when the Spanish conquest began. Cusco was another prominent Incan emperor.
Theme song guy.
Oh yeah! He's the sovereign lord of the nation. He's the hippest cat in creation. He's the alpha, the omega, A to Z. And this perfect world will spin around his every little whim. Cause his perfect world begins and ends with me. What's his name? Cusco! That's his name. He's the king of the world.
For administrative purposes, the Inca divided their population based on multiples of 10. Both the Inca and Aztec collected taxes in kind.
The Aztec economy relied mostly on agriculture. They farmed the chinampas, which were floating farms created from swamplands by draining marshes. This change in their environment helped support a highly productive agriculture. There were vast marketplaces like Tlatelolco with a wide range of goods available. The Aztecs produced many goods for these markets, and the cacao beans were a common form of currency. Aztec traders called Pacteca were wealthy due to a thriving trade. The Incas demanded labor services called mida as tributes from conquered peoples. These services were rendered mainly on the sun farms and owned by the state. Inca's agriculture was less productive than Aztecs and labor-intensive. Terrace farming was widespread as evidence of Inca adaptation to their environment. Trade was controlled by the governments, and the vast network of roads helped transport goods. All data was recorded on quipus by trained accountants. And seriously, if you don't know what quipus are at this point, you probably aren't paying attention to this video anyways.
The Aztecs had a strict social hierarchy consisting of nobles, commoners, serfs, and slaves. All Aztec children attended Calmec school. The language was called Nahuatl. Writing was pictographic. Codices are Aztec pictorial books with religious content. Many were burnt by the Spaniards. Like the Aztec, Inca society was based on a strict social hierarchy. A basic unit of society was Elu, made of a number of families that worked together like a large family. Unlike the Aztecs, Inca education was limited to sons of nobles. The chosen women received education to become priestesses.
The Inca did not have a writing system. The only way of recording info was through quipus. Here's a song in Quechua, the oldest spoken language. Both the Aztec and the Incas were male-dominated societies. Gender parallelism was practiced. There was a clear division of male and female roles, both of which were important. The main roles of women were housekeeping, raising children, and weaving textiles. The Aztec queens and the Coya Inca played an important part in governing.
Both Aztec and Incan religion was based on animalistic belief and worship of nature, culminating in the worship of the sun. Both believed in the afterlife. The patron deity of Aztecs, Huitzilopochtli, was identified with the sun. To keep the sun fighting against darkness, constant human sacrifice was needed. The feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, is said to have created humans.
Hi there, let's see what's in the secret compartment. Oh, a Build-A-Bear. Let's see what's inside. A heart! I sacrificed thee to the gods! No? Nothing? Okay then. Well, I guess it's time for the open letter.
Dear Tlachtecutli, you're a giant, scary, evil reptile who was ripped apart by Quetzalcoatl and Tezcatlipoca to create the world. So thank you for that. But why does your spirit gotta keep haunting us? And why did you want human hearts and blood as appeasement? I mean, usually when someone hurts someone, they get an apology card and maybe a fruit basket. Why couldn't you just ask for a fruit basket? I mean, I guess I get it. If I was murdered to create the earth, the sky, the mountains, the river, and well, everything, I guess I'd want a human sacrifice to feel appreciated. But girl, they gave you the prisoners of war. The people they were probably gonna kill anyway. If I were you, I would ask for the king or something, not the leftovers. Man, those ingrates. Girl, you're too nice. But to each his own. I mean her own. Her own. To each her own. Sincerely, Susan So.
In Inca religion, Inti was the most important god. He was the god of the sun. Viracocha was the first god who created the earth, sky, as well as other gods and humans. Festivals and rituals dedicated to the sun were common. Inca usually sacrificed children to the gods, but sacrifices were less frequent than the Aztecs. Both viewed their rulers as divine.
Poised on a razor-sharp ridge high in the Andes Mountains sits one of the most spectacular places in the world. Machu Picchu. Perched 450 meters above the Urubamba River, this city in the sky contains everything required for daily life. Houses, fields, water channels, all with breathtaking views. But Machu Picchu was no ordinary city. Dotted amongst its terraces are enigmatic structures. Magnificent temples somehow linked with the sun. And a grand stone palace seemingly built by giants. They provide tantalizing clues as to why anyone would build on such forbidding terrain.
Incan Empire finally fell to Spanish conquistador Francisco Pizarro in 1572. Spanish conquest destroyed the empire, and the population was reduced drastically due to disease and war. The Aztecs' constant human sacrifices turned people against him. Further, they believed that the Spanish Hernan Cortez was the god Quetzalcoatl, and they welcomed him. In 1521, the Aztec finally surrendered to Cortez, ending the empire. Chocolate originated from Aztec cuisine. The Mexican flag showing an eagle with a snake in its mouth is based on the Aztec myth of how they found Tenochtitlan. Rio agave and many other herbal cures to the Aztecs as well. Incan foods are very popular today, like quinoa, and many sections of Incan roads are still used. I'm Ruhi.
And I'm Susan.
And thanks for traveling with us to the Incan and Aztec empires.